something around an hour, and I need to finish equipment. So let's get going. Let's close everything. I don't remember where we are with everything. Let's go here, blueprints, just open the inventory and item. Okay, equip, unequip. That's what we got to handle. So we need to now create equipment inside the inventory component. So we need to have equipment. Oh, and I wanted to add one more function, which is quite important. I want to count items. So I want to have a function saying count all stacks. And count all stacks have an array of items, which is just actor object reference array. It's not passed by, oh, okay, it is passed by reference. It's fine, can be used internally. So for each of this item, I want to get item component. And for this item component, I want to get count. And I just want to have a local variable say total count. I want to add this and set here. We can do it like this. So we're having a get, we're adding a value, and we're setting it. If it's confusing, we can do it like this. It's fine. And this is local variable. And basically, I want to just count everything, and then I want to do a return value where I take total count number of items. So what I want to do with this is let's open our test character. It's going to be here. In the test character on number 7, I want to run a test, and I want to do a very specific thing. I want to get all, wait, I need inventory, all items of anything, and I want to take off tag. I want to make array of tags, and I want to make just slot 1. Now, was it slot 1? Let me check items, and let me check tags on this item. And the tags were test item stackable, oh, container 1. Okay, so I want to count all stacks in whatever is container 1. So this will be useful for crafting. I will be able to know if I have enough components to craft an item very quickly, and I can even display it in the UI. So once I have all items, I can filter them by tag, I can filter them by class, I can filter them by gameplay tag, and then I can just count them. And now I want to count all stacks, and I want to print string, append, and I want to say, let's do print text, format text, and I want to say item with tag total count. Okay, and can I put an array here? Oh, I actually can. And count is this, and print. Okay. So slot 1. This one is, I think, open full. This one had different tags. Yeah, container 2, container 3. So it will only count the red ones. At least it should. Oh, what is wrong? Name is not compatible with array of names at format text. Okay. No, like this. Oh. Oh, yes. Forgot about this. Because surely this is our component function. Okay. So let's just pick up one and pick 7, 3 items. It's now 7 items. We picked up more. It's 15, 21, 39, and now I'm picking items that are of different tag. Oh, it's 49. Damn it. 59. What? Okay, 39. 59. Do all of them have this container tag? Container yet one. Okay. Does it mean that there is an issue with one of my early tests of getting all? Let's go to inventory. So whatever we have here, we do this. This is correct. So this is not working correctly. Tags to compare. Okay. We do a loop. Let me do it like this. Let's see how many items I actually have. So, okay, I got 0, got 1, obviously, got 3, got 4, still got 4, got 5. How? What? Oh, interesting. 6? How? They didn't stack correctly. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Let's look at the classes of items that we have here, because our tags are tied to classes. So of stackable items, we got 8. So this one gets put here. Okay, and we're now just picking stackable item. Okay, some of them got destroyed because they got stacked. So I got only 4 now, which is correct. So if I pick this one, I should have stackable item 2, which is correct. And I should have another one. Okay, and now it should stack up and I should have test stackable item 2 twice. But my container 1 count is now 5. So this one has wrong tags? What? No. Then this one? How is it giving me 5 items of this particular tag, container1. How? Okay, classes work. This doesn't. Let's do it differently. For each loop with break, if this get component by class, this item tags, if it contains any of my true final array. Okay, I didn't want to do that, but I have no choice. It's easier to already operate on a local array instead of creating a new one and iterating on it. But let's do it like this. And definitely add unique, so it doesn't get added twice. So for each element, I want to add an element and break immediately, checking this. Okay, let's try now. 0, 1. I should have 4. Okay. 5, 5. 6. Okay, I got 6. It should still be only 6. Oh, it's 7. 8. 10. Okay. Get all items length. Oh! No, all items of tag. That is correct. Hmm. Okay, this is replicated. This is replicated. This is definitely replicated. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Stack count is replicated to all item tags and item type. Let's see if this changes something. Yes, it's only 2. It's 4. 6. That's what we did previously. Oh, never mind. Of course, I forgot to connect it. Okay, 4. Still 4. Still 4. Still 4. Still 4. So removing from an array didn't work. Adding to an array works. Let's get back to item. Let's get back into item tags. Like they don't need to be replicated. And item type. Like if we are crafting items, this is kind of relevant. Yeah, it is relevant. Replicated. This is expose on spawn. This is expose on spawn. Doesn't have to be exposed on spawn, so it's internal. So this works. Therefore, this is not even needed. This is already local. It's just wasting memory. Wonder why removing didn't work correctly. Did I do remove index or did I do remove... oh, maybe I removed wrong index. Maybe I removed this index instead of this index. Ah, never mind. Adding definitely works. Let's test it again. 7, 0, okay. Let's test like this. 3, let's look here. 3, okay, it works. Let's test on multiplayer. Five. Okay, it is 5. So now I can ignore this and I can do this. I can see if this works. I can test on multiplayer immediately, it doesn't matter. Okay, 12 items, 34, 47, still 47, still 47, still 47, as it should. Okay, so now we can count items. I'm gonna put it here. Now we can count items from any of the getters. So of tag, gameplay tag, or class. So we can already filter out items that we want. So for example, we can have a tag that says wood and we can get amount of all wood, but we can say wood and tier 2. And this will only give us certain tier of consumable items that are necessary for crafting. Okay, so let's look at our variables and let's go through them. Yes, yes. Doesn't really matter. Like this troubles me to see a -0. Like what? Weight limit. Okay, this is all replicated. This actually should all do rep notify. And there's just functions to overwrite. Oh, I can't categorize them. Like in blueprints, rep notify are, well, not real functions. You can't really do what you can do in C++. And my chat was hanging. I just got it working. So, hi to everyone watching. Also on rep notify launches on both server and client. This is like the most reliable way to trigger an event or a function or any action based on a character or any object coming into your net relevancy range, because all the variables get replicated at that point and all rep notifies are being triggered. So you can just replicate a simple boolean, and based on that bool value, you can, instead of calling an RPC, you can just trigger everything locally. In C++, however, you have to on rep notify, you have to call the function on server itself because automatically it triggers only on remote client. And also in C++, in this function, you can have access in the input of the new value of whatever is replicated and the previous value, which is super useful. So if you are changing like a gameplay tag, like we did in AGR, you could have access to both the previous stance and the new stance based on just whatever you changed on your site. Okay. So those do nothing for now. We got this. Okay, let's start doing equipment. So equipment need to have two type of equipment slots. We should have active equipment slots and we should have passive equipment slots. And what I mean by that is that we have slots that are literally when you equip in the slot, you want to call an action that got equipped in the slot. And you might want to have passive equipment slots. Uh, there could be actually just one type of slots, probably. Do I have to make them different? I don't know. Let's see. Let's start with one and we'll see where we get from there. And it's not an array, it's actually a mapping, and that's what we need. And we need some helper functions. We'll need a function get item in slot. And this is equipment. And this is gameplay tag to actor. Object reference. Okay, so this is equipment, and we unfortunately can't replicate equipment slots. So we're gonna have to do some RPC magic here, because the only RPC we're going to be doing with equipment, it goes from the server to the owner and from the owner to the server. And only owner can call equipment actions actually. And all items that are in equipment are also in inventory. We need one more function with two is item contain is item in inventory. In inventory. Yes, single, and basically it will get all items, item to compare. Get item component, inventory ID. Oh, actually I can just do contain item. I can say that it contain this. That's it. Oh, yeah, that's it. And we can make it pure. So yeah, I know this is iterating on an array, which sucks. But this array is already pretty minimalistic, because with stacking, even if we have thousands of items, they can get stacked into just dozens of items. So it shouldn't be that big of a problem. Is item in inventory. Okay. And this is items. Should I change this to just items as well? Yeah, it's just one category. Okay, all of it is there. Can I move? No, I can't move categories for those. That sucks. Andrew is asking some questions, checking out what I'm doing today. Yeah, I'm finishing inventory, so I'm doing equipment now. I tested already all the items and their counting and stacking mechanics in multiplayer. So I'm doing equipment, and testing equipment gonna be annoying because I want both stackable and not stackable items to be equipable. And I want to do something like in most games, you have those quick slots that you can um, get and interact on an item by just pressing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or something like that. I'm doing animation component tomorrow if I finish the inventory and equipment today, hopefully. And once we have inventory, combat, and animation, we can already publish the project. Of course, everything is to be translated to C++ and tested. But once that is done, we can publish. And we can start working on new stuff, which is, for example, the ballistics. Because I'm using Easy Ballistics for years now, and I'm super happy with this project. But it is unmaintained. It has some underlying issues that we always have to modify in C++ before publishing just to get better performance out of it. It's not built for scale, and it doesn't support projectiles that are homing in any way. It just does pre-calculation and calculation of paths, which makes them reliable in multiplayer and deterministic. But there's a lot of stuff that the default projectile component, movement component does in Unreal Engine that is completely skipped in Easy Ballistics, like physics substepping and fake physics bounces that we would like to use. So we want to make AGR ballistics based on standard ballistics that are in engine, but with all the like barrel setup and weapon setup that you can do as an easy multiplayer component, and make sure that the ballistics works reliably in multiplayer setting. That's going to be the next thing we're going to add. Okay, let's do equipment. Okay, active equipment slots. So basically, we want to go here and want to close other tabs and want to do some functions. So we already have in an item, we have equip item. So we want to have this function equip item, and want to say equip in slot. And ID for a slot of equipment will always be a gameplay tag, so there's no way of breaking this. Like using names was bad idea in the previous setup. And then we need a parameter which says only accept same slot. So that basically does a item slot comparison. If not, it's up to the developer to compare it. So let's start doing, first of all, has authority, and say only server can equip dummy. And then we have a branch, and we want to do can equip. So we want to do can be equipped. And this is just a return. And it just says can be equipped. And default is true, and it's a pure function. Okay. So we do this. False goes to print string, and we'll say server tried to equip item but failed due to failed check. Okay, that's it. Very simple prints. Like, of course, in C++, we're going to do a lot better debugging, saying like what item it was, etc. And then we want to do another check. So we want to see, item is whoever is owning this. So now we want to do this, only accept. Okay, so if we only accept true, we need to do another check. And this other check just says that our tag is equal to this tag. So in slot. So if we do this check, we want to move forward. So if we don't, we just pass forward. And we also need inventory, of course, which is inventory component object reference. Possible to pass by reference? Probably not. Yeah, it wasn't in any other function. No, it didn't work, especially on multiplayer. Okay, so it must be a copy, just reference. Okay, that, let's move it first. So, inventory. Active equipment slots we want to add, and add also overrides. So we need to first check, does it have item in slot? We probably need a helper function for that. That's going to be very very helpful. Okay, we got get item in slot. That actually serves a lot of functions. Get item in slot. We can have multiple no, we want to go map clear find. Okay, so we want to find slot, and we want to say actually both. So item and has item in slot. And we got both values, and this is not going to be pure because we want to reference probably to it multiple times. Get item in slot, and we want to say slot. And we need to do a check. So if there is an item in slot, we want to unequip this item, and we don't have unequip yet as a function, so we need one. Oh, we don't have unequip item function. Okay. So now we assume that a single slot can accept single item, but a single item can be in multiple slots. That's another thing. So we want to first unequip. So we need item component, and we just say unequip. So if there is an item, and only if there is an item, we want to first unequip. And only then we want to add, well, actually just owner of, it's, yeah, okay, it's correct. We want to add owner of this item component to this slot. And this overrides if by any chance we didn't clear it. It will override regardless. But if we just override, we will not trigger unequip properly. And we need to address equipping and unequipping, because equipping and unequipping can change statistics of a character. So if we don't unequip correctly, we can have a bug like they had in it was the Division 2, I think, or some other game where you could just swap weapons and the bonuses from those weapons were cumulative into infinity. Actually, you won't have to do like this merge of easy ballistics and ballistics FX, because one of the first things we want to do with AGR ballistics is to have something that is similar to ballistics FX as a complete ready solution. You just import it into your project and you just say, boop, use this table with AGR projectiles, and you will have all of those features that you would expect from it to already have running within just seconds. That's like I always have to do that. Exactly. I always have to use those ballistics, and we will also have different sound types. So it's not as obvious that you are using this in absolutely every project. I just found a typo because, of course, okay. So we are unequipping. Oh, come on, just refresh node and stop whining. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, for this mapping we are adding. So when we are adding, we need to have an event dispatcher, obviously. Item equipped in slot, or just item equipped. And item equipped, and it's inside it's going to have, let's see, does all of them have inventory? Yes, and all of them have something. So first, inventory. And it is AGR inventory, that's great. And the second will be slot or equipment slot. And this is gameplay tag. Could not be found. What? Come on, just recompile and stop whining. Okay, we got on item equipped. Let's rename that. Inventory, equipment slot, and okay, so if we are not doing slot check, then we go here, and here we need another print string and say equipment item slot check failed. So this is an error, while everything else here wasn't. It was just logic. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make a pause. I have my timer, and someone remind me that I need to eat at very specific hours. But I will be back and continue working on the equipment, and we'll be kicking off directly from this screen. So see you in probably 1.5 hours.